Hi guys, how are you? Come on in. Let's do a craft. My name is Debbie. I'm with Chalk Pretty Things. Create Pretty Things is my chalk website name. Today we are going to use this cute Chalk Couture transfer. It says spilling the tea since 1773. So long, London. I just love this ship. So this is on sale. I've got a 30% off sale on our Patriotic transfers. Has a great selection right now. Some are a little bit more, I noticed, and some of our surfaces are also on sale. So check that out. As you jump on, say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. If you'd like to be notified when I go live every time, go ahead in the comments, type in !notify. So tonight's keyword is tea, T-E-A. And when you type that into the comments, check your messages. You'll get a link back from me, which has a shopping cart pre-built for you as far as the products that we're using tonight. And really only two things are in there this time. It is the transfer and a squeegee. The torch paste and the wood round, I've got those listed in there, but they're from a different source, so I'd like for you guys to go ahead and check that out if you're interested. Have you ever tried torch paste before? It's like wood burning, but instead of using a heat tool that's like a pen, you are going to use torch paste and a heat gun. So if you've never seen our transfers, these are sticky on the back so they stay in place. They're thin, they're not plasticky, they're flexible. They are silk screen. There is a mesh in here, which provides a great opportunity to have an excellent, crisp, precise transfer every time. What I'm doing right now is I put the sticky side down on the fuzzing towel or any towel, your shirt, any piece of cloth. It's just to lessen that sticky a little bit so that it doesn't stick so hard and it doesn't harm your surface or your transfer when you pull it up. So I have got my transfer, I've got my wood round, it is a smooth surface. I'm just gonna go ahead and center this. I've been wanting to do this for a while, guys, so I'm very excited to try this, and I hope it turns out good because I've never done torch paste before. I've got a wood burning tool. I haven't used that either, but I'm gonna try the torch paste. So this is what it looks like right now. I've got it down really smooth. These dark dots that you see underneath are pieces in the wood that are already dark. I've smoothed it out so there's not any air bubbles in there. So what I have is my little jar of torch paste. Okay, and I'm gonna use this as if it were our paste. It's not paste, it's not related to paste at all, but we're gonna spread it just like it's our paste. So I'm gonna get a little bit onto my squeegee. This will not harm your transfer. It will not harm your squeegee. Want to make sure this is straight. I think it looks pretty good. I think. I'm trying to think of how it's going to sit, and I might want to turn it the other way because if it sits in a stand, I'm probably going to want it the other way. So I am going to reapply it so that it's going to be straight. And I know it's hard to envision how it's going to sit in the stand because they always tend to rock and roll and move around on you when they're in the stand. But down a little bit, trying to center it. I smoothed it down again. I've got my torch paste on my squeegee, and I think this is going to be a quick project. Well, maybe not. I do think that the burning part, the heat tool part, is going to take a little bit of time. But what I'm doing is I'm just lightly going over my transfer with this torch paste. It is colored orange. Sometimes they're colored different colors, but I'm just putting a good application of this on here. Not overly thick, but I do want coverage on my transfer. I am going to smooth it all over. This ship is so beautiful, guys. Now, I'm not sure about any precautions to take when you're using this torch paste. I read the back and it didn't say anything about gloves, and it didn't say anything about a mask, but I know sometimes people say that it does give off fumes. So if you're particularly sensitive to those fumes, I would wear a mask. And it doesn't hurt to wear gloves either. I didn't wear gloves though. So I'm going to smooth this on here. I'm going to kind of go over it and swipe it just to kind of move it around. And I'm going to even out where I have the chalk paste. Not chalk paste, I'm sorry, the torch paste. I'm just going to take off any extra. And I'm not sure if this is enough or not. Like I said, I've never done this before. So I'm just going to kind of put it on here. And when we burn it, I guess that'll tell me whether it was too much, too little, just enough. We'll find out. Now it does say to leave this on about 2 minutes before you start burning it. So I'm just going to finish spreading this out, smoothing it out. Then we'll let it sit for just a second. So this does glide really nicely with the squeegee, just like our chalk paste does, just like our ink does. Okay, so I've got it all on there. Take my extra off. I'm going to cap up my torch paste, and I'm going to pull off my transfer. I'm actually going to put it right here so I can spray it down. I always like to spray my transfers right away after I use them. Now, since these are reusable between 8 and 12 times, the key to reusing them is to clean them properly. And it's easier to clean them right away. So this is going to be easy. There's not going to be any staining on this. The gel doesn't really have a color much to it, but I do want to make sure that I clean both sides of the transfer. I'm using a paper towel. So this side looks good. And then I'm going to flip it over onto the other side. I'm going to go ahead and clean the surface underneath. Just because I'm going to set that transfer down, top side down on that. And I don't want to pick up any of that torch paste. So I'm going to put it sticky side up. And this is just plain old water from the tap. And I am going to swipe over this to clean all that torch paste out of the silk screen. And I'm also drying it at the same time because when I store it, I want it to be dry. So it's clean. Notice we can see through it. We always could. It didn't get that dirty. But I do have my backer that I took this silky silk screen off of. It has a yellow side and a white side. I'm going to put white side up. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply my transfer to it so that all my sticky side is protected. I'm going to smooth it down. I'm going to rub over it with a paper towel just to kind of do a final dry, a final clean, and to make sure it's adhered to the back. And then what I do is I put it back into the cellophane sleeve that it came in, and I store mine like that. You can do whatever you want. Okay, I did want to show you this, what it looks like, to see if you can see it right now. You can barely see that design. Wow. I'm sorry it's backwards. Facebook doesn't let us flip anymore, but you can barely see it. And this live edge does kind of crumble a little bit, so that's why you may see me cleaning up the edges. Now I've got a heat tool. This is my quick dry tool. This one is not going to get hot enough to burn this in, but this one should. So I'm not sure how long it's going to take, and I guess that's my high speed on this. I don't use this very often, but I'm just going to apply heat, and I'm going to move it around on my design here, and I am just going to heat it up, and it should burn it. It should be just like wood burning. Burn it into the wood, darken it up, and make our design up here. So I don't ever like to hold my heat gun in one place too long because I don't want to scorch anything or burn anything, and it gets really hot. So I'm going to move it around. So what's today, guys? Wednesday. I was up at 'em really early this morning. Are you guys early risers? I'm not, unfortunately, but I do feel like when I do get up and get going, I accomplish so much more. And I wish I would get up and get going, but I'm up pretty late at night too. Do you guys stay up late? Do you watch Netflix or stream anything? on the regular basis. I've been watching a couple older shows this week. One of my standard ones that I like to watch is Bridgerton. And I know you've probably seen it all, but I hear that there's a new season out. Have you ever watched Bridgerton before? It's got some scandals to it, but it's kind of interesting. I like the old New England or old England, early American history stuff. And of course, this is all fictional, but it is fun. What else have I been watching? I started watching the new Arnold Schwarzenegger series called Fubar. I don't think I'm going to watch much of it. It's interesting. I like him, but it's kind of a silly premise. Have you guys watched it? Fubar is what it's called. He's a CIA agent. And then some older series I've been watching too. What have you guys been watching? I know it's hard to fit everything in a day, and if you want to craft, then you got to get that in first, I think. This gun is pretty hot. Now this is not Teflon, it's a silicone sheet, so I think it can handle the heat, but I probably should have put something else down under it. So this is going to take a while. Have you guys ever tried this torch paste before? I haven't. I actually bought a jar a while ago, and when I went to use it this week, I could not find it in my craft room, which is kind of a shame, but I had to buy another jar. But maybe I'll like it enough to continue using it often. This is looking like it's a little bit darker, not the burn color I'm looking for yet. Oh, one of my stars, oh, okay, they're starting. My stars are starting to burn. So I don't know if it's the heat or it's just drying now, and so it's starting to turn. Wow, this is kind of cool. It's starting to turn, guys. And I don't want it to burn in places where I don't want it to. It's got a couple brown spots in the wood already. So they may look like they're burning, but they're really not. It's working, it's working. I'm so excited. I don't know if you guys can see this. I have my bottle right there. I'm gonna lift it up so you can kind of see. I don't want to do it with the heat gun on because the heat gun is hot. But can you see how it's burning at the bottom? It's starting. We're going to continue. And look, I set this hot nozzle down on my cord and burn my cord. Can you see the steam? Be careful with these guys. They're hot. Don't set them down on anything. I'm going to have to be careful when I set it down because that nozzle does get so hot. I'm going to turn that water a little dark, the water on the seas. Do you guys like the English historical fiction that's English at all? I tend to like it. I always like to learn a lot more. In the Bridgerton series, there's a series called Season 3, and it's called Queen Charlotte. It's like a mini season. And I found that really interesting because just how they fell in love and how they took care of each other, and then some of the history of how they got engaged during the years and stuff. It's interesting how there's always some kind of barter or trade, like dowry type stuff, and that very much came into effect. And then there's all the power plays that are in effect too. So I think that's interesting. It also makes me wonder about a lot of the American history stuff that I don't know about. I think we hear more and more about some of the stuff that may have happened in our history, but I'm not really well versed in it. But this is part of our heritage here, spilling the tea when they dump the tea in the Boston Harbor. That is part of our history. I really just like this boat, this ship. Now, when you're doing this, you can stop at any time. When you think it's dark enough for you, you can stop. Don't forget to comment the word tea, T-E-A. Check your messenger and you'll get the link to the shopping cart for this. Also, there's a big sale. There's the bundle sale. It's the last day of the bundle sale today where you have a surface and a transfer. So if you're interested in that, check it out. Make sure you get it. But if you want to learn how to get any of those chalk supplies at a discount, check out the Perks Club. The Perks Club is a great program where you pay $20 a month for your membership, but you get $20 back in product credit every month. And then you get a 30% discount on everything, all your chalk products. So that is the way to go, I think, because you can cancel at any time. You can buy your products. Obviously, we want to keep you as a customer and not have you jump ship on us, but I think it's a great way to try the program, try the products, see if it's something that you like. And to get a discount is awesome. I actually joined as a designer because designers get 40% discount, and they also have the opportunity to buy a starter kit for $99. Well, this month it's $99, and it's $99 when I joined. That contains so many good things to get you started. It contains surfaces and transfers and pastes and squeegees, all kinds of stuff. So that's the designer. That's kind of intended for people who want to run a business and sell. And the Perks Club is just for, you don't want to run a business, but you do want to have a discount on your products. One more way is the Club Couture, which is our monthly subscription box. It is an 8.5 by 11 inch transfer and some type of accessory delivered to your door every month. It's $23.99 and you get everything you need for a complete project. And it's fun. Everybody gets the same one each month. It's a surprise each month. It changes monthly, but it's a lot of fun, guys. It's a great way to try the product too. Guys, I think I'm going to stop here. I may want my ship to be a little bit darker. Maybe this water a little bit darker. So if you want something darker, just focus on it. Like I just turned that water dark. Dark, dark, dark. Maybe the flag. I don't want it to be burned though. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off. Now I don't want it to burn anything, so I am going to dangle it from a hook that is magnetic and hanging from my cart here so that it won't burn anything down below. Oh, actually, it has a hook, I think. Okay, yeah. So whoops, it didn't quite hold. Okay, so well, I've got tile floors down here. I'm gonna go ahead. If it drops, it's gonna be on a tile floor and it should not hurt anything. And the nozzle is up off the ground. Okay, guys, oh, it did kind of warp the board a little bit, the heat. I think the bottom's okay. I see some moisture though, but look at that. Isn't that cute? Now notice how dark the stars got and the water on the sides. I kind of wanted the water dark. The boat is kind of light, but I think it looks nice. Let's see if it'll work with a stand of some kind, which I don't have. Well, okay, so here is our Spilling the Tea, our patriotic transfer for today. It is on special. Check it out. We have a lot of patriotic stuff on special. Also, this is the last day for the bundle sale. So I hope you like this. If you do, please give it a heart. I need all the hearts I can get. Feel free to share it with a friend and let them know I'm here. And I'll be back soon. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. See you again soon.